I want to talk about what you do right now.
Mm-hmm.
You are in the, what exactly do you do? What do you do?
You know, it's not that uncommon of a question.
So first of all, your title is?
I'm a state representative,
Okay.
which means I represent a small district in the state, about 70,000 people, to Salem,
Okay.
as in the House of Representatives. Most of the confusion says, I've been asked if I've met the president yet. That's a different government. That's federal government. That's Suzanne Bonamici is our congresswoman for this area. For that.
Okay.
But it's local, so I drive to Salem when we're in session. And actually, I drive to Salem 2 or 3 times a week for other things, even when we're not in session. Staying busy with task forces, work groups, meeting with constituents, meeting with other people who have an interest in what goes on in our state and a concern.
I think, and the reason why I wanted to touch on that was because I've been seeing a lot of commercials and a lot of hype and a lot of like fun YouTube videos and Instagrams and Taylor Swift being like, yeah, go out and vote and all this stuff and voting but it is so daunting. Voting is daunting now because there's so many people to vote for, and if you legitimately don't know what this person is going to do once they get to office, how are you supposed to vote? Like I'm gonna reveal something right now.
Their photo.
You guys ready for this?
Gotta have a good photo.
I don't know.
I'm 33 years old, and I've never voted.
Oh.
I know, Talon's like throwing up over there. He's almost.
Oh gosh.
I know. Everyone. I feel mixed emotions, especially being a woman and like what the suffragettes went through to get me a vote and all this stuff. But I get too overwhelmed. It's so overwhelming because if I make the wrong decision or something and my vote counts, that's what everyone tells me. It's like you have to educate yourself so much to feel good about your vote.
Yes.
And I don't have time to educate myself about it.
I'm totally surprised because you are connected in the community.
I know.
You have a passion for certain things, and you definitely have an opinion on how things should be.
I suppose.
Which is good. So if you don't know,
yeah,
that actually is a pretty big statement. People live by headlines, and you're not the type of person that wants to do that. So it does take a little bit of work to dig down and figure out what people mean, what they stand for.
Yeah.
It's too easy to label somebody with an R or a D, and for my friend Sal, or an I as an independent. But when really nobody stays, if there's a spectrum of politics, nobody stays at one place. You give me a subject, and someone who is conservative may move moderate, somebody who's liberal may move more conservative, depending on the subject.
Right.
Which is what I love being in the state legislature, because I work across the aisle with people that are pretty surprised when we're working together. Because the topic really, the problem is not a partisan problem. The problem is generally something that we need to address. The partisanship comes with how you approach the problem. And you need to engage people to figure out what the best solution.
Right. And so that's why when I met you first at the Chamber of Commerce, it was the first time in my life where I felt like, oh, I can vote for. And I'm not saying I'm voting for Ron. No, I'm not saying that.
You can say that if you want.
Okay, but I'm not saying that because I honestly don't know if I'm going to have the time to go vote. I'm not saying anything.
Did you register
My
yet?
point.
Today is the last day to register to vote in this election.
I am registered. That's the funny thing too, is that I'm registered.
Okay.
Nice.
But as an independent. My point in saying this is that, and I know Ken Moore too is running against you, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and it's the first time in my life where I'm like actually somewhat connected to you guys. Like I actually know you and Ken. Where I'm like, oh, I can like actually sit down with these humans and ask them questions, and this it makes it so much more real. And I think that's what people often glaze over, is that especially in community government, is that you actually can go to talks that you put on and shake hands with you and meet you and ask questions and stuff like that. But again, it takes time. And
it takes time.
effort.
But you are absolutely right. I've had people actually be surprised when I said, well, let's go have a cup of coffee and talk about it.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And it's a small town. That's what we do. Ken and I have a lot of mutual friends. And just the ability to interact with people, that's how we get our job done.
Yeah, yeah. That's so.
And that's when I knew the dog had rabies, bro.
No way, dude.
Yeah, whoa,
Hey.
Hey,
Yeah.
thanks for watching. Hey, I'd appreciate it if you like, comment, and subscribe to this video and to this channel. So please share your favorite video clip on any social media you'd like.
Yeah.